Good day, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you on March 17th, 2024 from the Israeli city of Eilat. Eilat is a port city lying on the Red Sea. It is Israel's only Red Sea port. It's squeezed between the Jordanian port city of Aqaba, which is back there behind me off in the distance. You may be able to see it across the water. And on the other side, Eilat is flanked by the southeastern edge of the Sinai Desert, which is Egyptian territory. And that's off in the distance behind me. You may be able to see some mountains. That would be Egyptian territory if you can't see it. And what is notable about the port of Eilat is that there don't seem to be any cargo ships here today. If they are, they're nestled away somewhere where they're not visible to me. And that's not particularly surprising because the head of the port facility here in Eilat stated back at the end of December 2023 that maritime traffic in Eilat had plummeted by some 85% due to the attacks on Red Sea shipping headed to Israel or coming from Israel by the Yemeni Ansar Allah movement. And by the way, Ansar Allah means supporters of God. The movement is oftentimes referred to as the Houthis, but the Houthis are a people, not a movement, and a more appropriate way to describe them would be the Ansar Allah movement. And you can see, at least by all indications here today, the attacks on Red Sea shipping by the Ansar Allah movement continue to have dramatic impacts on this particular port facility. It is important to note that this particular port facility is not the most important one in Israel's economy because it is far away from the major population centers of Israel. It's also not served by rail, at least not yet. And so it has a relatively limited purpose in the Israeli economy relative to, for example, the port of Haifa. This one is used principally for the importation of vehicles from Asia and also for the delivery and temporary storage of oil. And it does have significant oil storage capacity. But again, as you can see, nothing happening here at the moment. I'm going to continue on this journey now, having visited Eilat. I'll be spending a little more time here today, seeing if there are other impacts that at least I can discern from this ongoing genocidal war on the Palestinian people that Israel launched in October of last year. Certainly, the effects on the Israeli economy have been dramatic. It shrunk the economy by some 20% in the first few months of the war. It may well have shrunk further since then. There certainly is also no indication of any tourism here. I don't know what the tourism is like normally, but I was just at some beaches and I took a little bit of footage, and I'll tack them on to the end of this report. You'll see that there was almost no one on those beaches. It is about 28, 29 degrees Celsius here today. But again, I don't know if it's normal for those beaches to have more bodies on them at this time of the year. In any event, as I mentioned, if I find anything else of interest while I'm here in Eilat, I will certainly report back to you on my findings. For now, I'm signing off. Again, you can see there are no cargo ships here, no tankers, and further up in the distance you may be able to see an Israeli naval vessel docked. As far as I can tell, that's the only sizable vessel that is docked at the port of Eilat at this time. So as you saw, this is called the Eilat Bazaar. Looks like a number of kiosks are closed down. Obviously, quite a few of them actually are shut down right now. As you can see, there are very few people shopping here. I really have nothing to compare it to. I don't know if it's normal for so many kiosks to be shut down in the middle of the afternoon on a Monday, or I should say a Sunday. And I don't know if it's normal for there to be so few people shopping in this bazaar at this particular time of year in the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday. It certainly does seem quiet here. So I'm now standing on the northern beach of Eilat, and here I have a clear view of the entire port facility. And you can see there are no tankers, no cargo ships whatsoever. Off in the distance over there appears to be another port facility. That would be a Jordanian facility. I can't say for sure if that is a port facility, but it looks like those are cranes for offloading cargo. And as far as I can tell from here, there are no ships docked there either. And as you can see, there are no ships moored in this bay area. None whatsoever. This is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you from the Israeli city of Eilat on the Red Sea on the morning of March 18th, 2024. I arrived here yesterday on a Sunday in the early afternoon. I decided to remain here overnight to observe conditions in the port of Eilat. I'm about to depart for the northern border of Gaza, where hopefully I will be able to take some footage of what is happening there today. In the interim, I've decided to add this on to my report about Eilat because there was a development this morning that is of interest. Yesterday, throughout the day and evening, I saw no tankers or cargo vessels whatsoever in any of these waters, whether they be Jordanian, Egyptian, or Israeli. And this morning I've seen at least two, possibly a third way off in the distance. One looks to me from a distance to be a tanker, and the other one looks like a container ship. The container ship, I don't know if you can see it here, it is visible to the naked eye, but it should be behind me over my right shoulder. The container ship is nestled now, it moved towards the Jordanian port facility, and it's nestled now up against the Jordanian coastline. Near that port facility, it seems as though it has, its mission is to unload at the port of Aqaba, or a facility further on the coastline of Jordan just outside of Aqaba. And the tanker, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in this image. I can see it to the naked eye. It's way off in the distance behind me. It is heading in a direction from east to west. It is not heading towards Eilat. It could be heading towards the Saudi coastline, because just on the other side of this spit of Jordanian territory, which lies next to Eilat, is the Saudi coastline. But it certainly is not giving any indication of heading into the port of Eilat. And then way off in the distance is another, what could be, it's a speck on the horizon to the naked eye, another cargo vessel, but again, it's too far away for me to be able to discern, even make an educated guess about where that's going. But the bottom line is that in nearly 24 hours here in the port of Eilat, I have not seen a single tanker or cargo vessel enter the port of Eilat or depart from the port of Eilat or be moored at or in the waters at the port of Eilat or in the Israeli territorial waters just offshore. All I've seen in terms of maritime activity are pleasure craft, small pleasure craft, and an Israeli naval vessel, which you may be able to see behind me there. There's a larger one and a smaller one have been patrolling the waters here just offshore, but no commercial shipping activity whatsoever in Israeli waters or at the Israeli port. One other thing I should mention before signing off is that To my knowledge, the Ansar Allah movement, supporters of God movement of Yemen, have not threatened Jordanian-owned shipping or shipping that is servicing Jordanian ports or either transporting Jordanian goods out of Jordan or imports into Jordan. There's been no such threat to my knowledge issued against them, so it would not be surprising to see a commercial vessel that is navigating the Red Sea to dock at a Jordanian port. Moreover, that vessel may not have come from the Red Sea areas offshore Yemen. It might have come through the Suez Canal. So it's not even clear that the Yemenis would have had an opportunity to interfere with its passage, even if they wanted to. But at the end of the day, and I'm going to repeat this because it is very important, the objective, the stated objective repeatedly of the Ansar Allah movement in Yemen is to stop the genocide in Gaza. And if Israel and its backers are seriously interested in bringing an end to the severe damage to the Israeli economy, there's one simple, straightforward, and morally correct course of action to pursue in that regard, and that is to put a stop to the genocidal assaults on Gaza and, frankly, the criminal assaults on the West Bank as well. This is Dimitri Lascaris signing off from Eilat, Israel on March 18th, 2024.